Watch your screen if you're just listening to my voice, and you're gonna see how in just seconds, the smoke in this chamber is neutralized and turned into clean, breathable, healthy, purified air in seconds. Oh, wow, that's the fastest I've ever seen a smoke chamber demo happen. The fastest. Okay, we're talking on a whole nother level here. It's like we combined 4 air purifiers into one unit. This is that industry level of cleaning machine. When I set up to 2,000 square feet, think about that. That's bigger than my whole home. You used to have to grab one that would be good for one room or another room. I remember getting so excited when one was 500 square feet because I thought, oh good, it will work for just this one living space. Think about those open concepts. Think about the place where your kitchen kind of feeds into that next room where so many of your volatile organic compounds come from in the kitchen, whether it's from the stove or the cooking or something burned. Think about the rooms where you don't keep your windows open all the time. That's the first thing that my home inspector said when they came into my home. They said, you have very high levels of VOCs. I said, well, what do I do to fix it? They go, keep your windows open. I'm like, I don't have screens on all my windows. I can't keep them open. The weather's not right, this and that. This is your option. It's how you do it. But for the first time I have ever seen up to 2,000 square feet, which means, like I said, this is not room, suite, room. This is for your whole home, sweet home. And at this price, $200 off of retail, $100 off of our HSN price, with 5 flex payments and free shipping and handling, 2 $20 bills. That's it. 2 $20 bills and up to 2,000 square feet of more breathable, purified air by the name that we trust more than any other name when it comes to purifiers. It's LivePure. I'm gonna show you the colors. I know there's gonna be a couple that you love, and I think one of them is getting very, very limited. I see you eyeing these pants, Vonabelle. They're Anthony, don't you love them?
They are.
I can see Vonabelle looking at them.
They
Okay,
are cute.
This is the black. Right here is our taupe color. In the center, you're gonna see the graphite, and beneath it, that's called denim, correct? Denim. Over here is the white. Now that's the sage. The sage in that bottom left. We have in the 200s left, and it will be the first to sell out. Denim will be the next to sell out. That sage color is the most popular interior decor color, so I love that. And can I just tell you, it kind of works as a mini air conditioner.
Yeah, you stepped over it and went,
I said,
wow.
is it an air conditioner too?
Well, what happens is we're taking in the dirty air here and we're putting out the purified air, and it is actually a nice breeze. So you are getting this very cool breeze coming out. That is particle free, so that's a lot of good.
This is wild.
But as you look at these, I want you, well, first of all, I want to mention that if you notice, you're like, oh, I have a LivePure product in that sage. I have one in denim. We try to continue those colors in all of our products in case you're developing a theme. But as you look at these, so what often happens is, oh, I need an air purifier for this small bedroom. And then later you think, oh, I need one for the living room. This is the one unit that can do that small bedroom, that medium bedroom, or up to 2,000 square feet, which then we're talking about open floor plans. Like my kitchen opens to my living room, it opens to my dining room. If you have that, this is the unit. It's also the unit where usually you wait for me to say, okay, how many square feet does this do? But it doesn't matter. When you put it in that smaller bedroom, we're gonna clean it up to 22 times in 1 hour. And I mean scrub clean, removing 99.97% of all the particles in the air, including all of the allergens. Now, we have just entered for March, pollen and tree season, but we're gonna add those grass and the weeds. And if last year you thought, oh man, I suffered so much, I promised to get myself an air purifier. This is the year to do it, because here's the other key thing. Great unit where you don't have to worry about square footage, it's going to do it all. This is a forever filter. There is no money pit with this unit. There is no, in 3 months, oh, I need to get a new filter. Oh, how much is that gonna cost? Oh my gosh, I didn't budget for it. All you're going to do is vacuum your filter clean. This filter is meant for the life of the unit, which they suggest is about 12 years. Not because it goes bad, but because in 12 years we'll have new technology. But also along the way, if you want to get a new filter, you certainly can. LivePure always has those available. But all you do is vacuum this clean. Now let me show you what a dirty one looks like. So this is a dirty filter. This is the cocoa carbon. So there's 2 layers of filtration. First the cocoa carbon, and then the True HEPA underneath. Now, the job of the cocoa carbon pre-filter is to get the bigger particles. If you have pets, you'll see the cat hair and the dog hair. And other things that I've collected. My son Jamie actually collected this in his apartment complex for me, which wasn't saying much for his apartment complex, I think, because it got really dirty and he was unaware. He had scratchy throat, scratchy eyes, and even as a kid, I knew he had allergies, but even for me, it was, I could get the unit, but I don't want to have that ongoing cost every 3-4 months. And LivePure gave you a full-size filter. It is big. There is no cheating. Sometimes, so you get a unit like this. I'm just going to lean this way. But then you open it up and the filter only goes to here. It's half. And you're like, well, that was dishonest. No, no. Notice how big this is. It is the full size of the unit. So that's important. It's also true HEPA. Sometimes they'll go, well, it's HEPA-ish, HEPA-like. No, no, no. You always want true HEPA, especially if you have allergies. And while I have this, one other cool thing that maybe you didn't even know to look at, you need to have a sealed gasket right here. So this is rubberized. Sometimes it could be rubber, sometimes it could be foam. It can't be that cardboard. It has to make a complete seal. So what happens is if it doesn't have a complete seal, the dirty air comes in, bypasses the filter and comes out dirty, and you're like, I don't feel better. But here, because it's a sealed gasket, all the air is forced through 2 layers of filtration. So LivePure has really thought of everything. And let me show you what it might look like to clean this filter. So here is a cocoa carbon pre-filter. I am going to take this Bissell handheld, which we've had here at HSN, and just show you what it might look like, okay? You're simply gonna vacuum this clean. And you could do it every couple of months, but I suggest if you have pets, every month, because you will see the dog hair, cat hair. But look at that difference.
Wow.
And then let me just make one other suggestion. So, and this is what I like. I do have a handheld similar to that, which does work good. But everybody has an upholstery tool from their vacuum cleaner. You can take your upholstery tool that looks very similar to this, vacuum it while you're vacuuming in the house, and remove that as well. But also do your HEPA filter with this as well, okay? And then it comes back to its original performance. So it's so wonderful that you don't have to worry about sizing. You don't have to worry about, is it going to get everything? We're going to capture 99.97% of all the particles in the air down to 0.3 microns. Let me show you the smoke chamber one more time here, because I think this is important. And this time I'll actually get to talk to you about what's happening, which is also important for you to know. Because if you've been researching air purifiers or not, there's things you need to know. So you can see this is all spinning. What's happening is the motor in the LivePure unit is moving the air to clean the air. It just took smoke, which is the hardest particle to remove, and sent it through 2 layers of filtration, and it's gone. That's an example of what will happen in your house. Because if I say this does up to 2,000 square feet, I have to get the air from that corner, and way back in that corner, and that corner, don't I? So we're going to do that. Now, there's an outside company called AHAM. AHAM oversees air purifiers, not for just LivePure, everybody. And they say there has to be a standard, as there always is for things when you're measuring. We want to know if this is cleaning it 4.8 times every hour, what's the square footage? Now for that is 550. But if you put it in a small room, they say a lot of the average bedrooms are 10 by 12. We're going to 22 times an hour. If you put it in the bigger space, instead of that 4.8, it may do it 2 or 3 times every hour. Look at this graph. I want you to see if you identify with any of those room sizes. Like, oh yeah, that's my room. How often, how much will it clean it per hour? And I'm gonna read off an example. A 10 by 12 room, we're gonna clean it 22 times every hour. Scrub that air. And then let's take it up to something bigger, 25 by 30, 4 times every hour. And then let's take it up to its max. That'd be 40 by 50, which is your big open floor plan. We're gonna clean the air 33 times a day. I'm sure you don't wash your dishes 33 times a day, but 33 times a day, we are scrubbing that air clean, actually removing all of those allergens. And we are heading deep into full allergy season. But we have dust. The EPA says the inside of our house is actually more toxic than outside. But if maybe one of your children has been suffering, but you're like, I know they need it. I did that with my son, Jamie. But you don't want to have that ongoing cost. Today is the day to get an air purifier. Right, Natasha?
Oh, today is 100% the day, especially with a 6-year warranty you can't find anywhere else. I remember when I was pregnant, it was during lockdown, and I wanted to have a baby shower, and I said the only way I can bring people into my home is if I get a purifier that can do 1,500 square feet. And the best, lowest price I could find for True HEPA was $500. That was the absolute lowest price I could find. I remember I did a lot of research on that. Nowadays, it's even more important. I have a mother who has 1 kidney. I can't afford to have people being sick because they're in my home. And I'm only speaking from my experience, right? This isn't a medical claim by any means, but I knew enough to know that when it comes to those 0.3 microns, sure, there are some things that are smaller than that are viruses and this and that. But what the viruses carry on in the air, those particles, the things that we sneeze out or speak out, that's bigger than those that's bigger than 0.3 microns. So once I have this going, I keep them going in my house every holiday. I keep them going when my mother comes to visit. And I will tell you that level of security is priceless. But if you did price something like this that has up to the 2,000 square feet, I think saying that the retail is 400 is actually being a bit conservative. I think it's closer to 5 to 6 for a True HEPA up to 2,000 square foot purifier that has a lifelong filter with a 6-year warranty. I think you're looking at least 2/3 off of what I at least found when shopping retail. Here at HSN, you're going to be really lucky to be able to pay $100 more if you wait until tomorrow, but today is the steal. Today is the steal where you're getting it home for $40, 2 $20 bills. We have shipping and handling totally taken care of for you. If you have any major credit card and you want to look at that item number 855112 and you say, here's 2 $20 bills, what's going to happen right away? Well, it's going to be shipped to you right away. You're going to plug it in, start using it right away. And within minutes, the air will not only be clean and be more filtered from those volatile organic compounds, the dust, the dander, the dirt, the debris, the things that can make you sneeze or itch. But for me, it's about I have a toddler and I have a mother who is high risk. And for that reason, it's a must-have. These are non-negotiables. But having a little one in each room that I hope is doing the job, that is HEPA light or HEPA adjacent or HEPA's first cousin, that's not what I want. I want True HEPA. That's what you deserve. You want to have that peace of mind as well. This is the way to do it. I want to show you just how impressive it is because you don't have to understand a lot of tech to be able to make this work. You can keep the lights off if you want for sleep mode, which is great. It's totally whisper quiet on low. But as I said, if you want to turn that mode up, here's low, medium, high, even on a turbo. Let me just show you with my hair. We are talking a degree that I haven't even seen on the $500 unit that I had to shell out for. We've come a long way, but the price is not reflecting the quality here. 6-year warranty, 2 $20 bills, just choose your color, especially if you love this sage. It's very popular. We're in the 200s on the sage. This is our denim. I think it's great for an office or a boys' room. It's really cool there. We have just about 300 left in that. The taupe is going to look great next to your new taupe shredder. I love that people are doing more taupe now and everything isn't just black or gray. I love that. But if you do want the black and gray, I think the black one kind of looks like a speaker. That's great. And then we have our charcoal and of course the very modern white. Don't worry about which one is going to look great in which room. This is the one where if you have one room that can feed into the other room, that can feed into the other room, you put it, kind of do it kind of central to my home, set it and forget it. Maybe you're the person who is a little bit more conscious of wanting not to have so many germs. Maybe it is the dog, maybe it's the smells, maybe it's the allergies, maybe it's just wanting to have one less thing to worry about and try to solve every day and never have to pay for another filter again. I think it's incredible you offered for no additional cost the lifelong filter.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's
filter.
not an upcharge here for this price.
Yeah, because to have a forever filter and know there's no ongoing cost, it's not a money pit.
Yes.
Many times we do things in our lives and they're money pits, like I get it and then I have to do this and I have to fix that. No, no money pit. And then also, good to know, 6-year warranty on the motor, that's wonderful. Energy Star rated. So even if you wanted to run it all day long, like your mom's home all the time because she is, you know, has a little disability, you can run this. It's Energy Star rated. It's not going to cost you a fortune to run. And here's a nice thing that people really enjoy. LivePure has USA-based customer service, which means if you have a problem or even just a question, and you call that number, we're going to take that call in America, answered by an American, and people really appreciate that. Now let's get to another little feature that we add. We actually added this feature last year, but people actually love it because it's like a set it and forget it kind of feature. So right on the front here is this green light. Okay, this bar is a sensor. If you open that front door and all the pollen wafts in, this color is going to change. If you burn something in the kitchen and now I have more VOCs to get out of the air, the machine will know. So I'm going to take a VOC, I'm going to spray it right into the intake, which would be like your air, and you're going to see it went red. See, it sensed all by itself. Now, when it did that, which you can't hear in the studio, but you can feel it, the motor just kicked up. The motor knows, oh, wait a second, I have an increase in the particles in the air and I need to kick it up and remove it. And then you will notice it'll go to blue, which means the medium, and then it'll go to green again. So here's the chart.
Wow.
This is what you'll see. So when there's no heavy activity, even when it's green, we're still cleaning the air. And then we go to blue, okay, it increased a little bit. We go to orange, wait, okay, there's even more. And if it's red, that means we had a huge influx of whether you open the door and it's pollen season, or the tree or the grass, or you burn something in the house, or the dog is extra stinky. Isn't it nice? So there you saw it it's working its way back now because it's processing everything that I intentionally shot in. Now it went to blue, and then you'll see it'll go to green. But the nice thing is, like, you can watch for fun, but you don't have to watch it. It's intuitive. It's doing it all by itself. It's a great feature. We introduced it last year, and people really have enjoyed it.
I have never seen that.
I haven't either.
I love this so much. It takes out the guesswork. Was something actually in the air? Was it not? Does it gonna need to run? Should I run it? Did I run it long enough? To be able to not only have that hospital grade HEPA filtration system in your home, but to have the robot tell you, complete, almost complete. You know, maybe there's a lot of carbon monoxide, wouldn't that be great? But isn't there a lot, maybe there's something that is coming in from paint fumes. People who do crafts sometimes don't even realize the amount of fumes that are in their home from that.
Yes, and those fumes are the VOCs.
Hairspray, all of that can really affect your health. And this is not only solving it, but it's giving you that peace of mind to tell you that it's solving it.
And also solving it, not covering it up. So many people will get a spray or a candle, which I bet you're spending at least $100 a year on, because if you like, good candles and those sprays, why not just upgrade and get this and not cover it up? I want to show you the smoke chamber one more time. Why? Because it is what you can relate to at home, because you can watch it in action. I'm going to turn it on. Now don't blink, because this unit is so powerful, it happens very quickly. You're quickly going to see the smoke start to move. And we use smoke because it is the smallest particle, it's the hardest to remove, and look at that, it's cleaning that out. What's happened? The strong motor has taken that smoke through 2 layers of filtration. First a cocoa carbon, then a true HEPA into the unit. And now I'm going to show you with an animation what's inside here. Why is this working so well? So the first is a cocoa carbon filter. Of the good, better, best, cocoa carbon is the best. It has microgranules in there that capture the VOCs and the small particles, pet hair. So that's your cocoa carbon. Then underneath is the true HEPA. And the reason the cocoa carbon's on top is because we want the big particles to be captured by the cocoa carbon, protecting the true HEPA to do the allergies. If you have a family member who has allergies, or you've been suffering, often what happens is, my eyes are so itchy, my throat's dry, I have to get up for a drink of water, I don't feel good. But you're like, I don't see anything in the air. If you go by the window, that's often the measure, right? You see the sun come in and you can see particles. But let me tell you, so we're getting 99.97% of all the particles out of the air. And again, if you put this in a small room, in an hour, it's not even the same air. So you have a child who's suffering, or you're suffering, that's the way to do it. And my helpful hint is, if you're putting it in a bedroom that has a door, close the door. Why? This is powerful. I don't want to pull the air out in the hallway. I want this room to get totally clean in an hour. So if you close the door, literally it's not the same air anymore. So we're capturing 99.97%, virtually 100% of all the particles in the air, down to 0.3 microns. But that's hard to know. What does that mean? So here's a little visual for you. Let's pretend this ball is one single strand of hair, like one little gray hair out, right? We can hardly see that. But that's what this ball is. Now let's take a look at what 0.3 looks like next to a single strand of hair. So now you can see this is an invisible threat. This is what, I just dropped it. This is what, I don't even know where it went. that's what's bothering you that you don't know.
Right.
So look at this graphic. 80 to 100 milligrams is that one single strand of hair. And then going down pollen, many people are allergic to pollen. It is a real detriment to your health. And then going down, we have the household dust, which also people are allergic to. And then you get the dust mites. We're going to collect those too. Pet dander, and then down to the smoke. Now, what happens with smoke? We smell it before we see it, right? And we give you a remote. So let's say you hopped in that beautiful chair Andrea was presenting, the lifestyle chair, and you're like, oh, I meant to turn that on high. Well, go ahead and make that adjustment from the comfort of your chair using your remote.
That is great. Everyone is loving this taupe color. It's very popular right now. I love it. It's a perfect neutral for the home, especially if you have even gray or those beautiful taupe walls. And I love what you just showed, Vonabelle, with how small 0.3 microns is. I just have to reiterate, and again, this is not something where I am making any vast medical claims. I just know, speaking as my family, as a mother who is high risk with one kidney, as a daughter who's a toddler, she goes out and interacts with other kids. If there is going to be anything that I can do to protect my family in my own home from them spreading and receiving different illnesses, it's saying, okay, well, how big is 0.3 microns? I'll tell you how big it is. It's smaller than the particles that are expelled from our mouths when we sneeze, when we talk loudly. Those are the particles that are able to transverse different sicknesses back and forth. You keep this going, you keep a couple feet. My God, I saw the differences in my home, my health, the way that our lives changed. But the price was over twice this. And it didn't have that guarantee telling me what the air was actually in my home. I just kind of had to cross my fingers and guess. So this is incredible that we have that new, less than a year-old technology that will actually tell you, hey, I'm working right now. I'm still working. Okay, you can feel great to go ahead back in that room again. Whatever those compounds were, I've taken care of it, boss. That I've never seen before. Like I said, I think it's a little bit conservative to say that we're $200 off of retail here. I know that we have legal departments that go through this painstaking to make sure those numbers are vetted again and again. We cannot present anything that is not absolutely realistic and tried and true to you. But in my experience, it was more than that and still can be more than that if you're looking at something to complete your whole home. Up to 2,000 square feet. That's at least one floor of your home, right? So when you have that ability to set it, forget it, and know that it's not just taking care of that much space, but it's also taking care of that space in a way that goes above and beyond. May I mention, the one I paid $500 for doesn't have cocoa carbon filter as a pre-filter. So even then, we're taking an additional step and charging you nothing extra. Free shipping on a piece of technology like this does not happen. 6-year warranties, forget it. Good luck getting that at an online river store and trying to get a free shipping with a 6-year warranty. And how about saying, hey, I'd like to just go ahead and pay 1/5 of it. Can you ship it to me right away? Let me enjoy it for a whole month before I spend 41 bucks. That's what you can do here. So when you see those 5 flex, that doesn't mean you have to be a part of a special club. All you need is any major credit card. And as soon as you go ahead and you put that first of those 5 payments on, this will not be layaway. We will ship it to you right away. You'll get that gorgeous taupe. You'll get the beautiful charcoal. You'll set it up in your home, and you will feel great the second you make the order. I don't say that about a lot of products here. This is one of those ones that as soon as you do it, you'll know you did the right thing for yourself, for your health, for your quality of life, for your loved ones, for your ability to enjoy day in, day out, especially as we enter spring and summer when all of those pollens and allergens are going to come into full effect all across the country. And watch the difference happen for just $40. If you wait until tomorrow, it will still be a great price, but you will be spending $100 more. And I can't guarantee that free shipping will last past today. I want to show you the other colors available. I know the taupe and the charcoal are very, very popular. We do, of course, have the black. That's a cute dog. A dog will always distract me. Here's the black. The denim is there in the center. Of course, the beautiful sage. And then the white is our last of our 6 colors. We just have about 250 left in the sage there. Nice. And did you see when I put this on turbo, like, you know how much people are spending to have a fan in their room at night? Vonabelle,
I do.
This is so much better than the one I spent more than double on, and I'm angry.
Sorry.
I'm angry.
Well, it is, because the air that's come out of here is purified air. So if it's acting as a fan, you're not getting dirty, dusty air out of that. And listen, this doesn't cure any illnesses. No. It doesn't even cure your allergies. But what you're looking for is an assistant, right? And we want to add things that add comfort to your life, and that's what this does. So if you want to add comfort because you do have allergies, because you're not breathing as well as you think you should be, if you go to the doctor, very often when you have any breathing things, the doctor says, you need an air purifier. And then you're so excited, you have a solution, and then you go home and go, yeah, but what do I get? So that's why I'm glad I'm here today, because that's why I like to point out things like, you need a sealed gasket. You need 2 layers of filtration. You need a good warranty. You want it to be Energy Star rated. You want a forever filter. Sometimes you don't think about that. You do know, well, if I get this, I have to buy new filters. But a filter this big that is the full size of the unit, let me grab mine, because I think this is so important, because I have seen companies cheat. This is the full size of the unit. So if you have to buy a new filter for this, it would be expensive, and it is 2 layers. So underneath is your true HEPA, not fake HEPA. HEPA is what hospitals use. It is what airplanes use. Now you're going to use that at your house to collect all those irritants and allergy items like weed, tree, grass, pollen, dust in the house. So you have your 2 stages of filtration. Cocoa carbon of the good, better, best. It is the best. The cocoa carbon protects your HEPA so it can do its job. Each of these filters has a specific job. And then you do want that sealed gasket, which means it has to be rubberized or a heavy foam. And if you didn't know that, you could buy an air purifier and be like, well, I don't feel any better. It's because you didn't know these things till I told you today. Now, when I say this is no money pit, this is the forever filter, you vacuum it clean. That's all you do. If you have pets, I want you to do it every month, because you will see your beloved pet's hair on there. But otherwise, like every 2 months or 3 months is just fine. Just vacuum it clean, and that filter will come back to its original performance. Let me show you a vacuum of it again, because I just want you to know it's not difficult, it's easy. As Natasha has said, we're making it easy to get home because it's a great price, it's free shipping and all that. But let me just show you one more time what this, oh, look at the kitty. So when people come into your house, you don't want them going, oh, you have a cat. Oh, you have a dog. No smell is the best smell. That is what you want. You want people to come into the house and not think of anything except the pleasantness of your house. So here's how this looks, okay? You're simply gonna take a vacuum cleaner or your upholstery tool. I did this one earlier, that's all it is. We don't have too much time left. So, or I like this. I have this upholstery tool at home. And you can vacuum it clean as well. Anything that's on your vacuum cleaner. And stop using these. These are VOCs, the exact same thing you are not supposed to put in the air. People use to cover up instead of remove. When you get an air purifier, you are removing 99.9% of all, 97% of all the particles in the air down to 0.3 microns. So now you breathe better, you feel better, you're not waking up for the drink of water. If you have somebody in your house who has those seasonal allergies, this is ideal to get. And this is the unit. Now, this is the important thing. You may think, well, I have to get a small one for this room, and I have to get this one, and it's be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars because you're buying one for each room. No. This one unit can do your small room, your medium room, your big room, and up to 2,000 square feet. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to think, well, where am I going to put this? Put this anywhere, because LivePure worked hard to make a unit that can multitask for you, which I think is so important. Okay, that's good.
Okay, so we only had 1 minute left. I wanted to show what this actually is. So say I spray something here. So I sprayed near it. You see how the light turned red? That's telling me, uh-oh, there's something in there. It's not good. I'm working overtime. Let me work through it and clean your air for you. As the color changes, you'll know your air is getting more and more purified until eventually it goes back to that green. The guessing game is gone. The money pit of buying new filters is gone. The having to buy separate purifiers for separate rooms is gone. This is what LivePure is bringing you, and we will not be able to see another LivePure purifier today's special for the rest of the entirety of 2025. We're just barely in March, and we know that for the rest of the year. So now is the only day we're gonna have to grab this one. It's the one that's making me angry, because God knows I spent over double for mine. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry that happened
Vonabelle. Oh, look, it's already green again.
Yep, it cleaned it out.
That's amazing. All right, we're gonna